If I look like I've been crying, it's because I have. What the hell is happening? Days 37 and 38 of the Utah legislative session. We are emotionally exhausted, overwhelmed, and we have a hockey game to go to in a little bit. So we're gonna do this very quick because there are so many updates. It's been a rough couple days, but also some big wins, so that's good. HB 88, arguably one of the worst bills of the session, eligibility first, humanity second. This is the bill that originally got rid of every single public assistance program available to undocumented people and made them ineligible for it. This bill has been so controversial, and Trevor Lee has become such a pariah, even in the Republican Party, that we all thought this bill was going to be circled for the rest of the session and not move at all. The leadership and legislators are very good at manipulating the process and changing the rules and trying to trick everybody. They've made some interesting decisions. So the 7th version of House Bill 88 only includes a few things, but they're still very bad things. That are included now are that undocumented kids will no longer be eligible for in-state tuition. Any state employee that is undocumented will not be eligible for the retirement program through the state or insurance through the state. They are ineligible to get home loans. They would also be ineligible for certain scholarship programs. And the Republican legislature in 2008 added in all of those exemptions for undocumented people to be able to create a better life for themselves and stay in Utah. So they took that 7th substitute of HB 88 and they added it into a bill that is being run by Lisa Shepard. We are now calling that bill HB 88's Resurrection Tour. It's HB 386. So, what?
I'm not confused by the numbers at all.
Yeah, this has been a very confusing process for everybody. I'm so sorry. We are going to do a much longer video about this tomorrow. We're going to clip some of the testimony from the floor of the House. There's incredible commentary by Representatives Hong Win, John Arthur, and by Representative Daley Provo that were incredibly moving. There were also some really incredible Republicans that were trying to stop this, and this is one of the tightest votes that we've seen in a very long time. Fortunately, this did pass out of the House, and it goes through the Senate, and so this still has to go through the Senate committee process next week. And so it's very important that now, if you were opposed to HB 88, which everybody should be because it's such a bad bill, you now should be opposed to HB 386, and you should call your senators about this bill.
HB 183, sex only, sorry. You might remember that this was Trevor Lee's other very terrible bill that was an entire attack on the trans community in a million different ways. This bill has gotten much less bad than it was before, but here is the fun fact of the day. This bill changes the word gender to the word sex in all of Utah's code. Now they've added a carve-out that has an exemption for non-discrimination and hate crime statutes, so now all of those things are fully protected under the law, which is a very good thing. And that is the only thing that is left in this bill, which is great. Like, all of it has been removed. The best part about this, though, is that Trevor Lee is such an ineffective and terrible legislator, and every single person at the Hill knows it, that he got this bill taken away from him. If leadership wants to pass it, they have to give it to someone else. This was reassigned twice, actually. It's now being run by Mark Strong, so he can't even pass a single one. Good for him. This one did pass out of House committee and it goes to the House floor.
All right, HB 315 pro-life lesson plans. This bill mandates that from grades like 4th to 12th, we think, I can't remember exactly the specifics, they have to watch a very specifically required video that shows the actual development of a child in a very weird video. It's weird for a lot of reasons, because it is just straight up pro-life propaganda that we are being now required to show to children every single year. The only video that meets the requirements is Baby Olivia video or Baby Oliver video that is put out by pro-life propaganda groups across the country. This video has been called medically inaccurate, misleading. So this bill mandates some really specific criteria, like it has to be made by an organization that, like, there are a lot of weird requirements. Right now, the only video that meets that requirement is this weird Baby Olivia video. This bill passed out of committee by only one vote. It now goes to the House floor. Hopefully we can kill it there. Planned Parenthood has put out an action alert on this. If you are interested in learning more about this or how you can get involved, you should go to their page.
SB 295, Mandatory Debate Club. This is the bill that mandates them to give equal time to both sides for speakers that come to college campuses. This one passed the Senate floor. SB 242, who runs the roads? The state. This is the omnibus transportation bill that includes a few things that makes it so that the state can take over all of Salt Lake City's roads to basically rip up any sort of traffic calming or bike lanes or things that have put in. This one's a really bad bill. This did pass the Senate floor. It moves over to the House side. So if you care about this bill, you should start contacting your House representatives.
HB 174, T-minus 6 months. This is the bill that says that trans minors that are currently getting hormone treatment for gender affirming care have to taper off within 6 months. Bill passed out of the Senate. It's currently on the concurrence calendar because they amended it in the Senate. So the House has to agree to those amendments and then it will go to the governor for his signature. HB 479, signed, sealed, delivered ballots. This is the bill that will make it harder to vote by mail and add a bunch of weird requirements, and it will make it very expensive to run elections. You have to return your ballot in person, or ID laws. It's bad. It's not a good bill if you care about democracy. It's also going to cost millions and millions of dollars for every single county to meet these new requirements that are stupid and not needed. This bill passed out of the House committee, goes to the House floor.
SB 233, Rate My Judge, the bill that changes the Judicial Performance Evaluation Commission's criteria, including plaintiffs and defendants who have been in front of judges, like the legislature, and passed out of the House committee and goes to the House floor, which is its very last step in the process. So, all your House representatives. SB 73, think of the children and the tax revenue. This bill was the one that was initially a tax on porn. It's an excise tax, and it seems to have come to an agreement. This passed out of committee unanimously today, so we might kind of stop tracking this bill. It doesn't seem to have as big an effect anymore. So this one is on the House floor.
HB 118, Speak Before You Steer. This is the bill that will make it more difficult for people who do not speak English as a first language to get their commercial driver's licenses. This bill passed out of Senate committee and goes to the Senate floor. HB 179, Pasteurizing is Tyranny. It seems the raw milk wars may have come to a ceasefire. This bill has been amended, and it seems like the Farm Bureau and some of these other people that care about raw milk safety, which should be everybody, are now more okay with this bill. It did pass out of the Senate committee unanimously, so it seems better than it used to be for sure. But very importantly, Christian Chevrier did have a gallon of raw milk with her while she presented this bill, which was so weird. And she told people that she would let them do the gallon chug challenge or something, which is, first of all, disgusting. Second of all, no one should drink a gallon of milk at one time. I feel like we learned this already. This bill is now on the Senate floor.
HB 188, World's Strictest Parent School Edition. This is Nicolene's next bill that increases the enforcement of drugs in schools. This one has gotten amended to be better, and this passed out of the Senate committee today. A bunch of things got assigned to a committee because next week's committees, especially early in the week, will be the very last committees that they have. And so things need to be heard in the committee in order to move forward in this process. We're going to run through everything that was assigned to a committee. We're not going to tell you exactly all the bill descriptions because it's far too much and we're running late. So you can look at our bill tracker if you need to know more. These bills were all the ones that were assigned to a Senate committee, and most of these are House bills. So this is they're on their final leg of the journey. HB 471, Papers, Work, and Paperwork. HB 294, E-Verify and Terrify. HB 362, Gold Rush. HB 495, Literal Life and Death.
And these bills all got assigned to a House committee. HJR 12, Teach Kids to Marry First. SB 119, Controlling Bladders and Curriculum. SB 60, Pennies for the People. 5
more official working days of the Utah legislative session. Next week is going to be a ride. We are going to be working late nights, and they are going to be moving very quickly on a lot of bills, so we'll do our best to keep you updated on how everything goes, but we are so close. We're so close.